What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Noah Gray here, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Josh's channel and check out showmefootball.com.
What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh Fan of showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com, covering your Kansas City Chiefs. And guys, I am so absolutely pumped to be back and making Chiefs content. So a lot of you may notice that the room around me looks a lot different than my past videos, and that is because I just recently moved into a new house. So this is the new room, this is the new studio, the new office. I think this is going to be really nice for making videos now, and you can see all the Chiefs decor. It just looks like a good place to talk Chiefs football and watch Chiefs football. I'm super excited about this new place that we just moved into. It's got a much bigger space for a guest bedroom and an office, and that's what I made it into. There's even a bed in this room and everything like that. But yeah, that's kind of why I've been gone for a little bit, is because I've just been super busy. I went on vacation, and then I was home for a week. Because a lot of you don't know, I am in the military, so I was on leave for a little bit, and then of course I moved into a new house on base. And with that being said, I was just so busy with life stuff there for a minute, guys, that I just didn't have time to make Chiefs content, even though I really wanted to. But now I'm finally starting to get settled in, ready to get back to making Chiefs content. I'm probably going to do a Kingdom Crew episode later tonight with Michael Darcy of KC Sports Report. We're going to be starting the Kingdom Crew podcast back up for the 2024 season. So yeah, we're super excited. But with all that being said, I wanted to make a video today talking about one Chiefs player in particular that I think a lot of Chiefs Kingdom is concerned about right now, and that is second-year defensive end Felix Anudike-Uzomah. So obviously, with Charles Omenihu, who is one of the Chiefs' best pass rushers last year, being out probably for the first chunk of the season, still recovering from that torn ACL that he sustained in the AFC Championship game, the Chiefs are going to need second-year pass rusher FAU to step up. Because the Chiefs really didn't make any other additions to the defensive line this offseason, any notable additions to that defensive end room. So once again, they're rolling with George Karlaftis, Mike Dana, Charles Omenihu, and then FAU, who figures to be in the rotation. But to be in this rotation, you have to bring something to the table. Now, FAU flashed at times last year as a rookie, especially playing early on when Charles Omenihu was also out last year. Due to that suspension, FAU got quite a bit of run. But then after Charles Omenihu came back, FAU really quieted down. He was inactive a lot as well, so that's something we have to remember as well. But he's a player that a lot of Chiefs fans are watching going into this year because, hey man, look, we need you to step up. The team is counting on you. We didn't make any other big additions to the position group. Like, this is your time. Go and take it. But I've already seen some things in preseason this year that had me a little concerned about where this edge room stacks up and where we're at in the progression of FAU as a player. I've seen some things that have the alarm bells ringing for me. Now, in the Week 1 preseason game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, I thought FAU put in some good snaps. He beat a couple double teams. He had a few pressures and a handful of pass rushing snaps. But there were also a lot of times where he looked really slow off the ball, couldn't really do anything to beat his blocker. And then in preseason games, 2 and 3, FAU was pretty invisible, pretty quiet damn near the entire time. And it was especially concerning watching him in that third preseason game against the Chicago Bears, because the Chicago Bears had all their second and third stringers out there. And for FAU, this is the stage in your career. You know, you're going into your second year. The team is counting on you to make a step this year. You need to be destroying whoever it is you're going up against out there. Like, we need to see something that makes us go, oh yeah, FAU is ready. With a lot of these first and second year guys, take Xavier Worthy, for example. He's a rookie this year. Even with him, you had those moments immediately in preseason game 2 against the Detroit Lions, where he had a really nice catch over the middle of the field, and then he had that one stutter step route where he scored a touchdown on. And those were pretty close together, and you just go like, man, Xavier Worthy, like, he's going to be a guy. Like, you know, like, there's either a moment or a couple splash plays or something with a lot of these first and second year players where you go, yeah, they're going to be a guy. They're going to contribute to this team. You can see the potential. Where are the moments with FAU? Where are those moments with Felix Anudike-Uzomah, because so far we haven't gotten them. And that's what has me concerned personally, because Sky Moore is an example on the other end of the spectrum where even through his second preseason, we're depending on him to take a step. But he just isn't doing anything. And it's like, well, hold on a second. If he's not doing anything in preseason, what makes us think that he's going to do something in the regular season? Then he didn't do anything in the regular season. Our concerns about him were valid because he ended up being a bust. Now, to make myself clear, I don't think FAU is a bust quite yet. I'm not calling him a bust. I'm not labeling him a bust. I'm just making this video to say the alarm bells are ringing for me. The clock has started on FAU. We need to see something. Now, pass rusher, defensive end, that's one of those positions that a lot of first and second year guys aren't going to make a huge impact, but we're not even asking him to make a huge impact. Like, at this point, can you give us 3 or 4 sacks? Can you do that? Can you apply pressure? Can you go out there and not get blown off the ball in a real game? That's what we're asking, and that feels like a very low bar for your first round pick from a year ago. Like, to me, at this point, from what I've seen from FAU combined in his rookie season and then in preseason this year, the ceiling for him feels like an Alex Okafor type player. A player who can give you 5 or 6 sacks and plays very strong and can stop the run. That feels like the ceiling for FAU. And I think a lot of us would take that right now, given what we've seen. Like, we would take an Alex Okafor on this team right now. But again, for a first round pick, that's kind of disappointing. You don't draft Alex Okafor in the first round. Now, I'm rooting for FAU. There's players on this team that I think are beyond their expiration date that, I'm kind of wanting them to be gone. Like, I don't want FAU to be gone. I don't want him to be a bust. I don't want him to fail or anything like that. But the alarm bells have started ringing for me. His clock has started, and we need to see something. I felt really good about him coming off that Super Bowl because he did play in that game after Charles Omenihu was injured, and he blew up a huge run in that game. And even defensive line coach Joe Cullen, praised him for that, saying that was a huge play that went unnoticed, and kind of gave him a vote of confidence going into 2024. But it's a new year, and we need to see something. And I was very concerned watching FAU try to get off the line after the ball was snapped. I had concerns seeing him take on blockers. He just kind of looked underwhelming to me. We need to see something. We need to see those moments that make us go, yeah, FAU, he's going to do big things this year. Now, some may argue he doesn't necessarily need to do big things this year, but because that's just kind of where he's at. He's still only, 21, 22 years old. He has time to develop, and while that is true, the Chiefs didn't make any other moves, which tells you they're counting on FAU. Like, they didn't add any other defensive ends. Now, maybe they still could after cut downs. Maybe they see a guy that they like or something like that, but as of right now, the Chiefs have set themselves up to count on FAU. Like, they need his production this year, so yeah, that's kind of my feelings and my thoughts on FAU right now. Getting kind of concerned, but I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are. Are you concerned about FAU and his development? Do you think it is time to be worried? Or are you saying, hey, let's calm down, let's let the season play out, and then we can make a judgment on him? When do you think that judgment time should happen? Let me know down in the comments. With all that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this. And make sure you check out my content on showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com for more. I'll see you all in the next one. Go Chiefs!